Thank you for joining me in this edition of a Quickie in the full 3 minutes. Remember to like or leave me a comment below. Should you like to receive these updates regularly, press the subscribe button, which you will also find below. When it comes to managing your personal investments, the main objective is not to do everything right at all times, but rather to try and avoid small little mistakes. Until the early 2000s, British cycling had only won one gold medal over 100 years. The sole gold medal they won dated back to the year 1908. In fact, the performance of the team was so poor that one bike manufacturer was hesitant to sell their product to the British cycling team. In 2003, Dave Brailsford took over the performance as director of British Cycling. The coach had a simple strategy. If you break down every little aspect of cycling and improve each by 1%, the final result would be significantly different. As simple as the technique sounded, the difference was in how Brailsford introduced improvements. Well, the after effect is well known. In 2008, Britain won 8 gold medals and won 8 gold medals again in 2012 at the Olympics. Also, well-known British team Sky, nowadays more known as Ineos, also went on to become one of the most dominant winners at the Tour de France since then. Basically, breaking down, let's call it little mistakes, and just improving 1% at a time. In my article this week, I discuss 5 little mistakes which most investors often make that, in my opinion, can make a huge difference in your long-term performances. I want to encourage everyone to go and read the article with a link to the article that I will leave in the comment column below. I won't be able to discuss all 5 in detail within 3 minutes, but in short, firstly, bad news leads to making bad decisions. Let's just take 2020 as a case in point. Did you sell in March this year when there was no shortage of bad news? You could have locked in plus minus 30% year-to-date loss, with the market making up most of its losses as quickly as August already. There's no place for emotions in your investment portfolio. Secondly, higher fees do not necessarily mean lower performances. Over the past 10 years, as crazy as it sounds, only 6 SA general equity funds managed to outperform the JSE. Interestingly enough, their average total expense ratio over the past 12 months at an average of 1.46% was nearly 3 times more expensive than the average TER of exchange-traded funds in the same sector. So expensive may not always be better, but it definitely isn't worse. Thirdly, if you're invested in equities and not willing to wait at least 10 years, you're in the wrong investment. Number 4, a market correction is no good reason to sell your investments. Let's say you've done your homework, you've invested within your risk profile. Why on earth would you want to sell? Out of fear? Not good enough. And then finally, just because a particular share or investment isn't doing what you wanted it to do overnight, or maybe doing what other shares are doing, doesn't mean you should sell it. Now it's your turn. Go and click the link below and read my article. Love to hear your comments. See you next time.